is a dry pitch which has a slightly subcontinental look about it as Hughes comes in and burrs outside the off stump, but sparks a bit of life out of it there by digging it in short and putting everything into the ball and holding his bat in line with the off stump, just let it go through the wicketkeeper Healy, who goes for a little chat with Taylor and Alderman, who are together. Wonder if Terry Alderman's got a bit of a cold or something, because he did twice go off for.
As long as cricket fans like Mr. Ian Tanner are alive, Test cricket cannot die.
But here he comes.
Millions of Test cricket fans will retire when you do. I wrote this in a Times of India banner when Sachin Tendulkar was about to retire from Test cricket. It has proved right for many cricket fans all over the world. Most gentlemen retired. Cricket's loyal fans are going away fast. Test cricket is losing its charm. Cricket is becoming an entertainment show. Test cricket needs strong mindset, decision-making and patience. We are losing it, and I have few questions to raise.
He was 63 not out, stood there quite stunned for a while, then thought...
Me and my friend VJ wanted my son Soham to be a part of the whole excitement and glamour of the sport. We went to Nagpur to watch a test match played between India and South Africa in November 2015. We traveled 150 kilometers to see the match. Best tickets, closest to the pavilion, were online, available easily in the most reasonable rates. We decided to stay at my sister's place during the 5 match days. We woke up early and had some breakfast on the way to the stadium. We stopped at Hotel Pride, where already a lot of cricket fans were waiting to see their favorite players to come out to travel to the ground. Policemen were trying to control the crowd and the traffic jam. Instead of waiting in the rush to see the players for free, we decided to move ahead as we had tickets to see them closely. While we were moving towards the ground, we saw India's iconic cricket fan, Sudhir, on a motorcycle. We requested him to stop for a while for few photographs. He easily agreed and allowed us to take snaps and video clips with him. My son was very happy to know that the same man had photographed with Sachin Tendulkar with the World Cup in 2011. By the time the gates open for entry, I forced my son to get Indian flag painted on his cheek. He agreed. After going through all security checkups, we finally entered into the stadium. It was huge inside. The outfield was lush green. It was the best place to see the match. Indian dressing room was exactly behind our seats. The stadium was almost empty except few stands which were filling in slowly. It was the first day of the test match and was a working day. Indian and South African players were warming up. The commentators were busy in shooting their TV show. South African captain Hashim Amla and India captain Virat Kohli in a typical test match get-up entered the ground for the toss. India won the toss and no surprise they elected to bat first. In the meantime we saw one of the most dashing personality of Indian cricket, Ravi Shastri. Someone managed to take his autograph.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
The umpires came out of their rooms after a buzzer. We
Good
wished
morning.
them good morning and they responded very well. India scored 215, South Africa replied with just 79 in the first innings. Then India scored 173 in the second innings where South Africa could manage 185. There was roar from the small crowd as the players started coming out of the pavilion. The match started and ended in no time. During the match, de Villiers received special support and chanting from the crowd. Even player of his caliber couldn't do anything on the worst cricketing pitch I have ever seen. India, where cricket is a religion, perhaps every boy wants to be a part of this bus one day in life. On the second day of their match, I met an inspirational cricket fan of Test cricket, Mr. Ian Tanner from London, who was here just to see the Test match series. He is from England and travelled so long to witness a match between India and South Africa, especially when we were very sorry with the time and money that we were spending on the premeditated proceedings. Looking at the one-sided progress of the match, the team photograph ceremony took place in the morning of the third day of the Test match. No half-century scored. Bowlers dominated the game completely. As expected, the match finished on day 3. India won the Test match convincingly and were celebrating victory in the dressing room. The team director was looking specially happy with the result. It was not the case with the spectators. We were expecting a more competitive match. Sports are watched for their competitiveness and not just for winning. First time we realized winning can also be so boring. The pitch was prepared to suit to the Indian bowlers and was absolutely unplayable for the visitors. In the process of making Test cricket interesting, the playing conditions are poorly manipulated. Managers of the sport believe that results can make it survive in the storm of the modern-day shorter formats. They are wrong. Only competitiveness can make a game survive. Test cricket is losing its charm for sure. Ashes series is the only hope. Watching test matches in India is a sure waste of time, money and interest in the sport. Perhaps, India is now good only for club cricket. Many believe that this is unfair for the huge crowds this country has for the game. Ashwin, for whom the whole script of the match was written, was declared man of the match with 12 wickets, and Murli Vijay was the highest run scorer with 40 in first innings. One of the finest batsmen of modern cricket, Avid de Villiers, couldn't reach even to double figures. We thought coming here from 150 kilometers for a test match is something remarkable. For us, the biggest achievement of the match wasn't the victory but a friend from London, Ian Dana. He was here just to watch the test match. He has travelled many countries to watch test matches. He doesn't prefer watching shorter versions of the game, the ODI and the T20. We spoke to him about his experiences of test match cricket. He proved to be a big boost for us after a very disappointing experience.
Family friends over there who I stayed with, who were in the Foreign Office at the time. So yeah, it's combining.
He works in a finance company in London and is a renowned figure there.
Yeah, stocks and shares.
Stocks and shares, okay.
Yeah, a company called Charles Stanley, that's my email address.
Yes. I will be sending you an email very soon.
Yeah, thank you. No, that's
very soon I'll be sending you. When I'll be going back to my home.
Yeah.
Because here I'm staying at my sister's home.
Oh, okay. Right.
I'm actually not from this place, Nagpur.
No. Okay.
I have travelled around 150 kilometers.
Oh, wow.
I have come from a place called Amravati, which is 150 kilometers from this place.
Amravati.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Next day we took him to a hotel for lunch where he shared a lot about his lifestyle. How he manages to watch cricket and football matches with the busy schedule in office.
Take whatever you like, there's no problem at all. In the morning.
Wow.
I wake up at around 4:30 every day.
Okay.
I do some small exercises.
Okay.
Then I go to office. Then in the afternoon I come back home for food. Then I go back again in the evening.
Okay.
And I come back at around 8 o'clock at night.
Wow. Busy.
These days we have to work hard.
Yeah.
Lot of competition. There are so many people coming into the business.
Right.
So you have to work hard and give your customers a nice service.
Yeah.
What is your office timings?
I get in quite late these days. I get in about 11 o'clock.
Okay.
And it depends. 'Cause I do one or 2 days a week. I do yoga.
Okay.
So then I'll leave the office at 5 o'clock for the 6 o'clock class, as I walk to the class. Otherwise, if I've nothing on in the evening, I'll work late until 6 or 7 o'clock or something. I just do it like that.
Okay.
Yeah. But, yeah. But no, yoga's one of mine. I've been doing yoga 12 years now.
That's
Been
great.
doing yoga, yeah. Ashtanga type yoga.
Okay.
So I like to do
Keeps you
lots
young.
of- yeah,
It
I
keeps
like to
you
do
young.
lots of stretching
Yeah.
and things like that. But after cricket, I would have come back here and gone to the gym, have a shower and everything, get a lot of sweat, and then do some stretching, maybe use the swimming pool and do some lengths. That would have been brilliant, and then
Exactly.
just relax.
Sir, have you played cricket ever?
Yes, I used to play at school, but I was never very good.
Okay.
Yeah, so my dad was very interested in cricket and football. So
Okay.
he got me into these sports when I was very young, and I loved them, but I was never very good at them. But I appreciate.
I thought you are such an enthusiastic fan of cricket. I thought you
No,
played. You
no,
played in
no,
school
no,
time or
no,
college.
Well, yes, I did play, but I wasn't
Okay,
very good.
okay.
I mean, I played in the school team, but what happens with the school team? There's a few players that are very good at batting and bowling,
Okay.
and they do all of it. And then you've got people like me who are enthusiastic,
Exactly.
not very good.
Not very good at
I
playing,
did a little
exactly.
bit of bowling, right? And so, you played too?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He played under 14 for his school
Okay.
as a bowler.
Yeah. And what type of bowling? Spin.
Seam bowling. Yeah.
So in
Mr.
India,
Dana
do
very
people
frankly
want to be
admitted that he was not a
batsmen?
good
Batsman,
cricketer
yeah.
during his school time, but
Very few
now he
people
is a
like to
great
become a
fan
bowler,
of Test
yeah.
cricket.
But those that want to be bowlers, do they want to be spinners or fast bowlers?
Spinners mostly, because the pitches assist that kind of bowling. Yeah.
Exactly.
But fast bowling, I think, is the most exciting area of cricket.
It can be. Yeah.
Fast bowling.
Yeah.
Provided that the pitches are prepared
Yeah.
accordingly. Yeah.
Mm.
If you are bowling on pitches like Perth,
Yes.
you would enjoy
With the
bowling.
bounce.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Tremendous bounce.
Yeah. Yeah. The carry.
Batting becomes a nightmare in those kinds of pitches.
Well, they can score a lot of runs. But
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Tendulkar type of people,
the
Dravid
pitch
type
is
of people have
true.
hit hundreds on
Yeah.
that pitches.
The pitch it's consistent and
Yeah.
the bounce is consistent.
Yesterday, if you have observed, the bounce was also not consistent.
No.
The ball was little, it was keeping low.
Ishant Sharma, it was
Yeah, the ball was
bouncing
keeping
twice.
low. Yeah, that's poor.
Yeah, it's not so
Ian has
good.
done his
I've been to
master's
Perth.
studies in Australia.
Have you seen a
Yes.
match on Perth?
Yes. In 1990, I lived in Australia.
Okay.
I went over there to do a master's of finance.
Okay.
And
You did masters in Australia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. At a place called Armidale. At a place called Armidale. It's about halfway between Sydney and Brisbane.
Okay.
About 2 hours drive in from the east coast.
Okay.
And one of the reasons I went over there was to watch the Ashes. And I missed that the first test was in Brisbane. This is 1990, November 1990. I was studying, I had an exam on the 4th day of the test match. And what I was going to do was go overnight from Armidale to Brisbane to watch the final day of the game. But the game finished in 3 days,
3
I think
days.
it was.
Okay.
England lost by 10 wickets, I remember.
Okay.
Mark Taylor and Jeff Marsh
Okay.
scored the runs.
Exactly.
But I then went to, I went around Australia over Christmas. I spent, the only Christmas I've ever spent away from my family in England was in Melbourne, because they have the Melbourne Test match.
Okay.
And that's the only time, and I was staying in I forget that, I'll come back to that. So and I went, that was the second test, and I went to Sydney for the third test, Adelaide, that Sydney was the New Year's test match, early New Year. No, that's Melbourne.
Okay.
Always in Melbourne.
Okay.
And then Adelaide and Perth. And I remember the Perth test match finished in 3 days as well. So I went, but I had a friend at college, Susan, who did a PhD in mathematics, and she lived in Melbourne, and she invited me to stay with her family over Christmas,
Okay.
which was really nice of her to do.
Any
that.
recent Ashes match you have seen? Ashes match
Yes,
you have
yes,
seen
yeah,
recently? Any recent match you have seen?
Yes, I went to the Oval and Lords and the Oval.
Okay.
Lords for the second test,
Okay.
and Oval. And England lost both games really badly, but we won the series 3-2. So
Yeah.
it was a very up and down series. But yeah, no, it was lovely to go to Australia and see the games.
Australian grounds are excellent.
Yeah.
We
yeah,
wish
they
to
are.
see Melbourne and
Yeah.
Sydney one day.
Yeah, I've been to the Gabba, Brisbane, the WACA,
Okay.
Perth, Western Australia Cricket Association. Yeah, I haven't been to Tasmania, and I haven't been to New Zealand either. Yeah, but
In terms of facilities and services, which cricket ground you like the most?
it's difficult to say. Lords is very good, no
Lords is
question.
good,
Yeah,
okay.
but I think that they're all improved a lot. The facilities.
As compared to all these international grounds, how is this? We see in Nagpur.
Yeah, no. Well, where I've been sitting, it's fine. Within the members. and
Okay, in the
everything,
members.
it's good. But what you don't have here, and I don't wish to be rude, but you don't have a lot of food options.
Exactly.
That's
Even
the
we were
trouble.
facing the problem.
Yeah. Now you see, in England, I would take that bag in with me.
Okay,
and I
inside
had-
the ground.
Oh yeah.
They allow you to take
Mr.
food along.
Tanner was not happy the way security people treated him and with the food options available on the Nagpur ground. His communication with the local police personnel was a treat to
Binoculars are
watch.
allowed in this
He
ground
was very
also, but
happy
not
with the
food.
time we spent
Binoculars are allowed
together.
in this ground.
We promised each other to stay connected through email. We are desperate to visit the Lords and London one day to watch a test match.
When I came to the ground
On the first day?
on Monday to buy
Okay.
tickets, and they said I have to go to the old ground. I asked somebody, can I take my binoculars in? And they said
Okay,
no,
they said
not
no,
allowed.
okay.
And in fact,
Are you ready for the good times?
Player number 4, it's Yuvraj Singh. 20 bid now against you here at 320. Against a lady now at 320. I've got 320. 50 I have now at 350. At 350, 380. Say the Royals at 300. The Daredevils.
Huge money, endorsements, sponsorships, corporate involvement have changed the sport dramatically. Most of the formats except Test cricket are more for fun and entertainment. Tournaments like IPL, Indian Premier League have spoiled the game badly. Most senior cricket fans and critics believe that the results in such tournaments are decided by the franchisees as a business decision and less by the performances of the players on the ground. Late-night parties and cheerleaders add to the agony of the gentleman's sport. Either such tournaments should be banned urgently or the sport is categorized into an entertainment show like WWE. The controlling body ICC will have to take strong steps for the future of the sport, else sports like BCCI will kill the originality of this sport for money one day for sure. Mr. Tanner gave his email ID on a piece of newspaper. This could be perhaps the last time we were meeting in life, but he gave me hope. Hope in disappointment. Hope that there are people in the world who will not allow the sport I lived to vanish.